Topping today's news, the government clamping down on poachers from the north. The Minister of Education shares the latest on school teachers and administrators shortage, the government identifying land for medical marijuana farms, and a man shot outside his home as he arrived home last night. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jerino Saunders. It's a pleasure to have you join us. As the government clamps down on foreign poachers, the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Jomo Campbell, yesterday spoke to the convictions made from the first Red Dawn operation that led to almost $200,000 in fines being collected.
It's worth recalling that Operation Red Dawn 1, conducted earlier this year, also produced significant results. That investigation led to the conviction of 3 foreign nationals and almost totaled approximately $200,000 in paid fines and penalties, and also resulted in those convicted individuals being banned from this country for 3 years. These outcomes show that our enforcement actions are not symbolic. They are leading to convictions, fines, bans, and real accountability in the courts.
Prosecutor Eureka Koshia stressed that poachers found guilty will not be allowed to return to the Bahamas aboard fishing vessels.
Prosecutor, the ban was given for 3 years against each one of the accused persons, so that they are not allowed to come into the Bahamas and operate on any fishing vessel. It's not a ban from entry into the country. They can still come to the country as visitors. They can still enter the country on a cruise ship, but they cannot come on a fishing vessel, be it a pleasure craft or commercial vessel.
Convicted offenders will be placed in a system with customs and immigration officers and will be red flagged if they present themselves at any port of entry to the Bahamas. While for the most part a return to the public schools for the 2025 school year was successful, there's no denying there were some challenges that the Ministry of Education had to and continues to work through. One of those being a shortage of teachers and school administrators for various schools and subjects. On Monday, the Minister of Education, Glenys Hannah Martin, the acting Prime Minister, was asked for an update on the situation regarding teachers now into the third week of the school year.
In the Family Islands, we expect today to get word from the Public Service Commission on the remaining principals in the Family Islands. This was a combination of factors, including early retirement, unexpected resignations, etc., etc., etc.
Hannah Martin noted that the teacher shortage is a common problem throughout the region. It is a common thought that greater incentives are needed to attract more high school graduates to pursue a career in teaching, especially male teachers. The long-awaited legislative package to legalize marijuana for medical, religious, and research purposes was laid in the House of Assembly May 2024 by the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville. Well, on Monday, the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Jomo Campbell, revealed that the land unit of the government is currently in the process of seeking choice farmland to grow medical marijuana.
That certainly is, and our land unit is doing a enormous task in ensuring that once the authority is ready to call upon us, and they call upon us, that we are ready to meet our obligations with the provision of the required acreage for that same purpose.
Have you identified where that will possibly be, or maybe 3 areas that you're considering?
There are 5 areas right now under consideration, and as you know, this particular industry won't be as simple as just farming in the ground. So we're doing soil evaluation, etc., with the likes to ensure that the best location is picked and selected for once it becomes necessary.
When the bills were laid, the health minister also explained that the bills include protocols for the individuals who seek to violate the laws and will also modify existing laws to incorporate medical use of cannabis which is the main purpose of the legislation, not legalized recreational use of cannabis. Police looking for two men who shot a man in his 20s shortly after 9 p.m. last night on Quarry Mission Road off Nassau Street. Police say the man had just arrived home when he was approached by two masked individuals emerging from a nearby track road. The assailants shot him several times before fleeing the scene. He was transported to the hospital by a private vehicle and is currently listed in serious condition. In addition to murders that now stand at 61, there have also been a high number of shootings that have placed undue pressure on the emergency medical services at our various hospitals and clinics as they do all they can to save the lives of those victims that are shot. Hundreds, if not thousands, of Bahamian families stand to benefit from the work of the Land Reform Committee that spearheaded the recommendations to the government for the implementation of the Land Adjudication Act 2025 and the Registered Land Act 2025. Sharilyn Wilson-Smith, co-chair of the committee, which was appointed by the Prime Minister, compared the old system to the new legislation and the impact the two bills intend to have.
This committee was asked by the Cabinet of the Bahamas to make recommendations to address this. The factors which have been repeatedly identified as contributing to land tenure in the Bahamas being less secure will be addressed by the introduction of a system of land registration. These include overlapping of claims and rights to land, uncertainty regarding ownership of land, and land that we refer to as generation property. Good land law is crucial. Identified and secure property rights unlock capital and value, especially for the indigent.
Mrs. Wilson-Smith commended the Davis administration for taking the bull by the horns and meeting the challenge of the long overdue land reforms.
There is documented evidence that every administration in the Bahamas over the last 60 years has expressed the need for land registration, recognizing its tremendous benefit. And each administration over the past nearly 30 years has stated clearly a desire to implement it. Finally, this government, this Attorney General, with the support of a very capable, hard-working committee, which for me has been an honor and a highlight of my professional life to co-chair. The law is in place and land registration is here.
Wilson-Smith was speaking at an appreciation ceremony at Government House where members of the committee were praised for their work. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.